Hello, everyone, and welcome to Brain Wellness, the Secrets for Longevity. And my name's Gary Anaka, and we are here to do workshop number 3 in this series for the seniors. So I'm hoping everybody is prepared with their pen again this morning and a piece of paper, and we're going to go to work. Our title today is Brain Boosters. Now, this is what I'm all about. Yes, we will get older, but we now know how to be wiser. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you 10 brain boosters. And I'm hoping you will copy all 10 down on your paper so that you know them. And the next workshop 4 and 5, we will build ourselves up to 24 lifestyle challenges that we need to embrace. Because remember, I'm making this very clear to you, there aren't any pills. No doctors are going to help you get rid of this dementia stuff. You have to prevent it before it happens, and you're the one that's in control. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with a little bit of a brain gym. I hope you did your homework yesterday and tried to get your pants on properly and tried to do a few left-hand things. I don't know how many of you showed your signature to another family member trying to claim that that was me, even though it didn't look very good. So that's neurobics, all right? That's a lot of fun. Okay, so your challenge today is this. I want you to be listening because we're really getting into the heart of good stuff. I want you to take your 2 thumbs and I want you to warm your 2 thumbs up just like this. All right, get them nice and warm. Then you hook them into the top of your ear and then you roll your ear flap back from top to bottom, like this. Roll, 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 roll. Don't break any diamonds, ladies. Just a casual little rolling here. What are we doing this for? This wakes up the occipital lobes of your brain so that you can listen. In case you're a little bit sleepy this morning. Okay, terrific. And here we go. Brain boosters. You thought you weren't going to have a quiz today, but you are. You're going to have a quiz. This is an oral quiz, true or false. Number 1, neurogenesis means growing new brain cells. Is that true? Yes, absolutely yes. You knew that. And those brain cells are called neurons, okay? Now, I didn't mention yet, but when you were born, you had 100 billion of them. That more or less is the average people are saying in this field. You have 100 billion of them, okay? That's good news. Next, anxiety is really easy to get rid of. Is that true? Not for most of us. We need to have strategies in order to get rid of anxiety. And I emphasized yesterday very strongly to simplify, simplify. Okay, 3rd question. Memory loss can mean brain aging. Yes, it can. That's quite true. Okay. Cortisol is the name of your stress chemical. Yes, it is. And I explained very carefully that cortisol, when you're under stress, chronic stress, it doesn't go through your whole body like adrenaline does. It goes into your brain, into your hippocampus, and chews up the brain cells in your hippocampus. Cortisol is your stress chemical. And last one, inflammation threatens your brain. It certainly does. That's what the neuroscientists call brain on fire, brain on fire. Okay, so we're ready to start. These are powerful lifestyle considerations, folks, powerful. And they are your brain fitness strategies for seniors specifically. Okay, everybody have your pen ready? Here we go. Number 1, feed your brain. Oh my gosh, this is a topic that could go on for days. And I wanted to share with you, I've been studying brain nutrition for about 20 years now. And the information coming out on food is amazing, absolutely amazing. All right, so here we go. Feeding your brain. What's first and foremost that you need? Oxygen. You need oxygen to make sure that your brain works well. Did you know that your brain is only 2% of your entire body weight? It's just a small little thing, but it uses 25 to 30% of your oxygen. You have to have an exercise program. And I know you folks in Lloydminster have got a wonderful park, Bud Miller Park. That's where you want to go when things normalize and get going around those duck ponds. Walking as quickly as you can, remember? Swinging your arms like you're trying to catch the bus. Okay. Now, number 2, for feeding the brain. This is critical. If you don't have enough of this, plasticity stops working. Water. Oh my goodness. You have to have lots and lots of water. All right, so what do I do as a brain coach? Every single morning, without fail, I have a mug and I drink 2 to 3 mugs of hot water and lemon juice. Okay, now lemons are magic fruit. They are acidic on the outside and alkaline on the inside. So I start my day off every single day with a little squeeze or two of lemon juice into the water. So in today's world, when you're going somewhere, take your water bottle with you. Okay, you take your water bottle with you. You have to hydrate constantly. The evidence is telling us now, when you're thirsty, that's too late. It's a signal from your brain like, hey, you're forgetting about me. I'm getting dry. Please drink lots and lots of water. Okay. Now, what about the top food? What is the actual top food? Omega-3. Omega-3 essential fatty acids. Oh my gosh, fat. And you know what? I know many of you in this series out there watching today, this is what happened to you when you were a kid. Your mom gave you spoonfuls of cod liver oil and you loved it, even though it tasted awful. No, it didn't. It tasted awful. And in today's world, I want to share with you, I'm taking omega-3 cod liver oil every single morning, and so are my grandchildren. All 4 of them, they get a shot every time they show up here because it's flavored and it tastes really good. So your major source of omega-3 essential fatty acids is fish. Okay, fish. Now, folks, there are people who don't like fish for different reasons. So I want to give you other sources of omega-3. One of them, avocados. In my diet, I probably have an avocado, half an avocado almost every day of the week. I don't miss very often. Avocados are loaded with omega-3. Next, there is a nut that looks like a brain, and that's a walnut. If you're able to eat them, get them in your diet. Okay? Olive oil. Olive oil is terrific for omega-3s, and all the seeds like flax seeds and chia seeds. Very, very good for your brain. Okay, why? Do you remember when we drew the little diagram of the tree, there was a tree trunk, and we wanted to make that tree trunk really, really fat so that it could protect the messages and the transmission. And that's the omega-3. The omega-3 puts the fat in your brain. Okay. Blueberries would be the second major food group, and I'm sure everybody's a blueberry fan. We all know that they're so good. They're so good for you. They're antioxidants. They're terrific. Okay, in your diet, you have to have lots and lots of fruits and vegetables, particularly a special kind of vegetable. I'm going to tell you about this in a second here. Okay, see all those different colors right there. That's what you want to have in your diet. All right. Now I need to involve you with a little bit more science here. Mitochondria. They're the little powerhouses that live inside each and every neuron. So if you have 100 billion neurons, there are millions and millions and millions more of these little mitochondria, and they produce energy so that you can think, you can focus, you can pay attention, etc. All the things you need to do as a human being depend on these mitochondria. Well, guess what? They're made of fat. And you know what? If I was to make a bold statement here as a coach, I would say your brain loves fat. You need fat. Your brain craves fat. The right kind of fat, not the wrong fat, but the right fat. Okay? Omega-3. All right. Fat means your brain works better. The right fat. Okay? Not the wrong fat. The wrong fat is trans fatty acid. That's like margarine. You don't want to eat that stuff. It's made in a laboratory. It's not a real product. Right fat makes your brain work better. And of course, that's the fish oils. I guess I may also share, if you don't like the fish, you can get those little tiny fish oil pills at your health food store. They're really not that expensive, and they're really great for your brain. Okay, mitochondria. Should you take supplements? Oh my goodness, this is very interesting. The answer is absolutely yes. Even though I would say after teaching tens of thousands of Canadians over the years, I would say only about half of people that I have taught would take supplements, okay? What kind of supplements am I talking about? Vitamins. If you are experiencing stress, if it is the winter time, which is like November, December, January, February, March, and if you're in Alberta, probably April, you need to have at least a multivitamin, In the vitamin section, I would say to you what is recommended very, very highly is vitamin C, and without question, D. Lots of research saying, you know, Canadians live north of the 46th parallel in North America, which means we don't get enough sunlight on our skin to produce the D. So vitamin C and D, very important, very, very important. All right, next, coconut oil. Coconut oil is a wonderful oil for your brain, providing those omega-3s. But now I want you to grab your pen because you're going to copy this food source down. There is so much hope in the field of Alzheimer's prevention and cognitive decline is on this stuff here. It's called curcumin. Now, curcumin is a spice that is found in turmeric. Turmeric is a yellow powder used in curries. Okay, so if you buy a bag of turmeric, you're likely to get 8 to 10% curcumin. Now, it doesn't taste very good. In fact, it tastes terrible, but it's probably the most powerful antioxidant brain supplement that people know about today in the field of brain nutrition. Curcumin, it's wonderful. By the way, if you like curry, have 1 or 2 meals a week. That's brain compatible. Okay, supplements. So, what is this longevity battle anyway? That's the title of my workshop. The secrets of longevity. Well, it's a battle between the free radicals and a battle between the antioxidants. So I've had medical doctors tell me this, to say whichever one is winning determines whether you're aging. If the free radicals are winning, free radicals are simply when you eat something, little oxygen molecules break free and they cause havoc in your brain. They wreck things in your brain. Antioxidants like blueberries and vegetables, all those colored vegetables, they are antioxidant. They combat the free radicals. So your longevity fight is radicals versus antioxidants. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to introduce you to this wonderful new research that's come in the just last few years, and it's about your gut. Okay. What do I mean? Okay. You have bacteria in your gut. It's called your microbiome, and that's your immune system. Okay. We now know, like, for instance, when I was being trained in the late 90s, the neuroscientists told us that the neurotransmitters, the chemicals in the brain, were made in the brain because that's what they thought. Wrong. We now know that these bacteria produce the neurotransmitters in the gut. So, for example, serotonin, I'm sure you know about serotonin. That's a wonderful chemical that keeps us going every day. It's our mood. It's our ability to learn and be a human being. If you're not producing enough serotonin, you have to look at the gut because the gut is not doing that. There is a direct connection between the gut and the brain, a direct connection. Well worth your while to do a little research on that. What is it recommended that you take? Take some probiotic supplements or eat yogurt or something like that. Very, very good for you to make sure that your microbiome is healthy. Healthy microbiome, healthy brain. You could also consider prebiotics. Now, prebiotics are my favorite. And these are things like sauerkraut and kimchi and pickled beets and pickles and yogurts. That's fantastic to keep your gut alive and well, okay? So bottom line, a healthy gut means a healthy brain. Healthy gut means a healthy brain. I hope that's going to sink into your brain this morning here. All right, next. What do I eat more of in my diet? I know number 1 on our list is very long, but it's the longest one. Okay, bear with me. You have to eat more colorful fruits. You have to eat cruciferous vegetables. My goodness, these are so powerful now that you can even get cruciferous vegetables in capsule form. That's broccoli and kale and cabbage and cauliflower. That family of vegetables are the most highly recommended for vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, etc. All right. Eat lots of berries and nuts and seeds. And of course, in your diet, introduce herbs and spices whenever you can. Okay. Eat more of. Folks, these are the things you don't want to eat. Sugar. I could launch into a long explanation of how bad this is because sugar causes inflammation and sugar is virtually in all the foods we eat. Be very cognizant of this and cut down on your sugar. Get products that don't contain very much sugar, okay? White foods. I will never eat a white cookie, white cake, white bread. Why won't I eat that? It's deprived of nutrients, and worst of all, it has no energy value. Absolutely none. You want to eat less of that. Trans fatty acids, we have talked about that, and junk food. Junk food's good. Junk food's fast and quick, but not good for your brain, because what it does is it causes toxicity. Okay. And toxicity means that you need to consider a detox. So detox, there are many different ways to do this, but when you detox, it helps your body and brain get out chemicals that are not needed there. Okay. You can cleanse. And the most popular one these days is what's called intermittent fasting. Now that's very simple to understand. It simply means if you eat dinner at 6 o'clock, you don't have breakfast until 6 in the morning next day. So that's 12 hours to 13 hours where you give the body and brain a break to completely digest things, remetabolize everything, and get on track. It's called intermittent fasting. Okay. Yeah, please check with your doctor if you think this is something that you might like to try, or your naturopath. All right, here we go with the list then. Number 2, humor. I hope you're laughing along with me this morning here, because a laughing brain is a healthy brain. And people are probably thinking, well, where does Gary get his information about? I got some wonderful information for you now. It's about chocolate. Okay, now we now know that some scientists are saying chocolate is a vegetable. Whoa, is that good news for you chocolate lovers out there? So who's doing this research? And here's a picture of my 2 valuable colleagues right here. My butt hurts, says the wax Easter bunny. What? Says the other Easter bunny. He's plastic, he's gone. So folks, what am I talking about here? I'm digressing to diet. If you eat a little piece, just a small piece of Belgian chocolate, dark Belgian chocolate, 70 or 80%, every afternoon, your brain will love it. It's very good for you. Okay, since it's Easter, I thought I'd show you some pictures of my colleagues. Okay, we're on number 2. Now let's go to number 3. Please take your pens and star number 3. This is absolutely critical for senior brains, absolutely critical. Novelty. Novelty grows the best brain. Okay, it's critical to maintain plasticity. Every once in a while, like this fellow, you have to get outside the box. You can't be timid and say, should I do something different today? Because what happens as you age is you get stuck in your routines. You put your pants on exactly like you do every single day for the last 74 years, and your brain is getting stuck. Okay, so why is novelty good? Novelty is a major purpose of the brain. The brain's made to adapt. And if the brain feels like it's not adapting, I'm going to shut down. It shuts down. Okay. I'm going to put this word on here again. Critical to maintain plasticity and keeps your attention systems alive. That's novelty. Very, very important for you to do different things every once in a while. Okay. 4, challenge. You get maximum brain growth from challenge. Doing things you've never done before. You can challenge on different levels, physical, emotional, mental, but get the challenge in there to provide the novelty. No wonder seniors around the world are doing Sudokus, crosswords, and worksheets because it works the brain. What kind of puzzle you do doesn't matter as long as you're making the front of your brain work. Okay, that's what the issue is. Continue to work and learn that brain. It's very important. That gives you the challenge. Okay, number 5 on our superstar list for seniors is art. Okay, engage your right brain. Did you know that we live in a world that is so left brain? It's unbelievable. We are run by clocks. We are run by calendars. We're run by appointments. These are even seniors. This is, all of us are like that. Did you know you get a calendar at the end of the year and the whole year's already figured out when you're going to have holidays, when you're going to have, everything's all figured out for you. That's all left brain. So science is saying, go to the right brain. So I want to share a great story with you to see how this works. In my learning center years ago, I used to have kids come down. There would be 11 grade, 12 grades, big kids, and they'd be mad about something or upset. And they'd sit down and I would say, okay, what can I do with this guy? Have you ever seen in bookstores today in our world, there's lots and lots of books that are full of mandalas. Now, mandalas are just black and white outlines that you color. So I would just take these off the wall kids, sit them down with a pail full of color crayons, and they color. And they would just go, folks, coloring is awesome. Get color into your life as much as you can to relax your brain, okay? Number 6, creativity, okay? Creativity is inherent in all human beings, and we are naturally creative. It supports your sustainable brain in future, okay? Creativity. All right, number 7, Mother Nature. You have it in your community. All you have to do is get out there when time is right. What do I want to go out there for? For healing and harmony. You are part of nature. You are part of nature. And in your community, I know you have wonderful trails and parks. You can do that. And you also have an indoor track, which you can use when it's too cool. Mother Nature has provided that too, thanks to the mayor. So why do you have to go out? You have to connect with beauty. Beauty is so important in this electronic world, in this world of tons of information going into our heads constantly. Connect with what is beautiful. And I recommend people, especially seniors, if you're living in an apartment or something, to get some plants. Get some really simple little plants. Maybe have some on your balcony, or in your home. You could have some jade plants or some spider plants, and that create a great environment. They also reoxygenate, and they connect you with nature. Also, I don't have it on my screen, but I want you to write this word down beside beauty: silence, okay? Every once in a while, all of us need to experience some silence, and you can get it out in nature, because the sounds you will be hearing are true and real. Silence is golden. Okay. All right, we're only going to 10 today. We're getting there. Number 8, your social brain. You've heard lots and lots on the news these days about social connections. So please watch the screen. Watch the screen. When you appear every day before your friends and your community, do you appear like this? Okay. Now, a smiling brain like that, I want you to tell you what happens when you give that to someone else. It provides a reward for the brain, and you get some serotonin. So that's a great social benefit to all of us if we smile a lot. Because when we do this one, that does exactly the opposite. You know what that does? That promotes cortisol, okay? So you need to make a choice. Try to be a smiling, happy person as opposed to someone that's a little bit grumpier, okay? So perhaps when you see someone that's like that on the right, you could say, you know, you could smile a lot more to get some cortisol. Perhaps you can say that. Social brain. Please stay connected with people. This is absolutely critical. In these times, you have to do the electronic way. But you know what? The most important thing of all is to understand we are social beings. We are social human beings, and we have to constantly be connected with people of all ages, all cultures, all languages. That's very important. We cannot get socially isolated, because we know then the brain deteriorates, the brain gets depressed, you get lonely. It's no good. So you got to be socially connected. Okay. And number 10 on our list today, number 9. Number 9 is feedback. Thrives on growth, survival, and learning. Your brain thrives on it. And this is what you get when you get feedback from people like, how are you doing? How are things today? Hi, just a wave. It's very, very good. It motivates us to continue. It interests us, and it engages us. And wow, look at that word I just whipped across the screen there. The word is yes. All right, folks, when you get feedback, that's yes. When you say the word yes, you get an automatic shot of serotonin in the front of your brain. So could everybody say a big yes out there in Lloydminster? Yes. Perfect. If you were in my audience, I get everybody to stand up and say 3 big yeses. Okay. We need to be engaged. We need to be interested. We need to be motivated. What do we need? Your brain to get feedback. Say yes. Okay. Number 10 on our list this morning is music. Goes into the art category, but I wanted to share this with you because it's really, really interesting. There has been this studies for over 20 years on a form of music called Baroque. Now, Baroque is classical music from 1600 to 1750, and it's very, very simple music. And what happens is when you listen to this music, your dendrites, those branches in your brain, they dance and grow and reform. It literally makes you smarter. The music I'm talking about is Bach, Vivaldi, and Handel. Okay, but there's a secret way to do this music. You have to listen to it so quietly you can hardly hear it. Okay, I'm not talking about acid rock or heavy metal. That does the exact opposite thing for seniors. Invest in a little bit of Baroque music and you'll reap the benefits. Okay, so now we're going to do your homework. Here it is. I would like you folks to just get a deck of cards like this. Okay, so we've done the first 10. All right, this is your homework. An ordinary deck of cards. And what you're going to do is this. Understand that the 2 games I'm going to give you will strengthen your prefrontal cortex and will help you make quicker decisions, and you can do it for the rest of your life, and it will cost you only the value of a deck of cards. That's it. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to sit in front of a clock that has a second hand. Okay, you take your cards, you shuffle the cards as much as you like, and then they are in one hand face down. And when you say go, you're going to put these cards in 4 piles in the suits, in the cards, as fast as you can. As fast as you can. If you put a heart on a diamond by mistake, you have to pick it up and put it back. If the cards get shuffled up, you have to make 4 nice, neat piles like that. Now, the norms, lots of different norms, but if you could make 60 seconds, that would be awesome. But why don't you keep track? Do it a few times and see if you can beat your time each time, okay? Wonderful game, wonderful game. Sitting at a table, of course, you're not doing this standing up. You're sitting at a table. Wonderful game to play. All right, so now, second game is harder, but it works more areas of your brain and helps you stay on task. So what are you doing in the second game is you're working the front and the back and the right brain and the left brain all at the same time. The procedure is the same. You sit in front of a little second clock, you shuffle your cards looking face down, and you go as fast as you can, and you put them into these piles: aces, faces, odds, and evens. This is a fantastic game to play for seniors, and you just go through the deck as slow as you can or fast as you can, and this is a great brain builder. Great brain builder. Folks, that takes us to your homework, which is, of course, play those card games. So I would like you to take a look at those first 10 that you did today, see if you're doing some of them or if you can incorporate some of those in your lifestyle, and practice the card games and the neurobics. And I will see you tomorrow for workshop number 4. In the meantime, enjoy your brain.
Thank you for participating in today's virtual workshop with Gary and Anaka. Help us better understand your satisfaction with today's workshop by clicking the blue Complete Survey button below the video window.